you're looking for a good gift for a guy, this one is amazing, and then you just might steal it from him. These are a few of my favorite things. Well, hey friends, it's Natalie. So glad you stopped by to hang out with me today while I share with you some of the stuff that I love for the holiday season. I've never done a holiday favorites video before, and I've always wanted to. And so this year, I'm making it happen. Now, I consider myself to be more of a minimalist, which I actually think says a lot about the stuff that I talk about in my favorites videos, because if something makes the list, you know it's good, because I declutter like a fiend. If something doesn't serve me in my life, it is out. And so this stuff has stayed. Some of this stuff I've enjoyed for more than just this holiday season. A couple of things are new to me, and I thought that I would share these things with you to give you some gift ideas if you still have someone to shop for in your life. My favorites videos always have a little disclaimer to say there is zero pressure for you to go out and buy more stuff, especially during this time of the year. But if you do have a special someone on your list, I have some things in a wide range of interests, a wide range of budgets, stuff that I love for my home to decorate with for the holidays, stuff for our family, things that I cannot live without when it comes to hosting people and serving them food in my home. So I have a little bit of everything here, and I hope you enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do while you're watching it, and let's start in the category that I like to call Merry Christmas to Me. So this is kind of like the Natalie specific category. Let's start with this product right here. This is from Glossier. This is their balm.com. It's a lip balm in a little squeezy tube. And this specifically is the Swiss Miss flavor. Yeah, you heard that right, Swiss Miss Cocoa. They came out with this for a holiday, and I love it so much. It totally takes me back to like the 90s, early 2000s with like those lip smackers. I had a mint chocolate chip lip smackers that I was gonna say devoured. I didn't actually eat it, but I used it all the time. And there was something about the brown tone to that lip balm that just made me feel so like put together. And I was 9, but it made me feel like a fancy lady. And you know what? This makes me feel like that too. It has a really pigmented tint to it, so beware of that. A little bit goes a long ways. Like you can see on the back of my hand, it is quite dark, but it blends out to be nice and sheer. It's so nourishing, especially for this time of the year. It's really dry and cold outside, and this has been great for not just my lips, but also like under eye, cheek area. It's very nourishing. It's very protective. It kind of creates that nice barrier for like wind chill if we're gonna go play outside in the snow or whatever. I always like to put a little bit of balm on my cheeks, and this is a really good one. It also comes in lots of different flavors and colors. There's even a clear one as well, which I also have, but I had, the 90s girl in me had to get the Swiss Miss Cocoa. Balm.com. Okay, this is something that I've talked about before, but no holiday favorites video would be complete without mentioning the most amazing, sexy, smoky, sultry, holiday perfect warm perfume. This is by Replica, which is a Maison Margiela. Is that how you pronounce it? I get corrected every time I try to pronounce it. This is their By the Fireplace perfume. I've talked about it before, so I won't stay here too long, but it is amazing. This is my second bottle. Weston got this for me as a Christmas gift after I got a little sample of it from a Sephora order. Vanilla and chestnut. It feels warm and homey, but also like sexy at the same time. There's kind of like a little musk undertone in there. It is gorgeous. And the thing that I love the most about this, not just how it smells, but how it pairs with other perfumes. I'll like choose my perfume that I'm gonna wear and then top it off with this. I love this so much, and it's a unisex fragrance. So Weston also pairs this with his cologne that he uses. So if you're looking for a good gift for a guy, this one is amazing, and then you just might steal it from him. I pretty much in every favorites video that I've done this year have talked about the Quince brand. I am obsessed with this brand. I love their washable silk line. It's 100% silk, but you can throw it in the washing machine. amazing. I love their baby alpaca line. This was actually my intro into this brand, was this quarter zip gray baby alpaca sweater. I was looking for something very specific and this fit the bill. Love it so much. I've purchased these as gifts for people. Cashmere sweater, like a duster length sweater. It is so cozy. I also have this in like a natural, kind of like a tan color. It is so stinking soft. Weston was cozying up to me and he's like, what is this sweater made of? Can they make blankets out of this? They actually do. And so you know what I got him for Christmas? Got him his own Quince cashmere sweater. This is from their men's line. They also have a kids line. They have home products. They do make cashmere blankets and throws, and they're so much more affordable than other places where you can get like really quality, ethically produced stuff like this. So I've talked about Quince so much because I love them for myself, but now it's becoming a family affair and I'm considering maybe getting a couple of pieces for Haley. I think she would like that as well. I also ordered jewelry from them, like the jewelry that you guys see me wear. This brand, their products, they would make such beautiful gifts. Switching gears a little bit, something that I have been loving, and this is one of those just for me sort of things. This is my One Thing I Ask prayer journal. This is by the brand Hosanna Revival. My big Bible, like my Bible that I use, it is from this brand as well. And when I saw them release this prayer journal, I snatched it right up because this is exactly what I have been looking for. And the really cool thing about this journal, you can see how thick it is. It's a 5-year journal. Each day, so this would be January 8th, each day has its own year, and you just write this much for a year, and then next year when it's January 8th, I can look back on what was going on and so on and etc. with like a whole 5-year sort of layout. And already, like after using this for the last few months, writing through here every day, I mean, I can go back to the day when my website launched and the specific prayers that I had back then. I've been asking the Lord for help with this whole scammer thing going on in the comments of like the text me on Telegram people stealing my identity and like duping my followers into sending money. Like I'm not just praying about lofty things. I'm literally praying about like the day-to-day difficulties of this and that, because you know what? God cares about even the small things. And it's really cool to just like go through and see where God's hand has been, even in just the few months that I've been using this. This would make an absolutely beautiful gift. It came in a pretty gift box as well when it was sent to me. So that would be something very easy to pop a bow on or wrap up. And it's so nice. I am definitely buying another one of these. I have a girlfriend in mind that would love this. And that's it as far as me. I do plan to make a winter favorites video probably in like February, maybe late January, around then. So there are more things that I'm enjoying for myself, like clothing items and different things like that for the winter time specifically. But we're focusing on holiday stuff that would make good gifts. Okay, so before we move on, I just wanted to pop in here with a couple more suggestions for you guys for gifts for the guys in your life. So kind of along the same lines as this prayer journal that I talked about, I got this Bible for Weston a few years ago. He absolutely loves it. As you can see, it has been well loved, but it also has room in the margins here for some note-taking or journaling. We use this for family devotions, which I'm actually going to talk about in Advent, like Christmas devotional, a little bit later on in this video. But Weston takes this with him to church, to the youth ministry that he serves in, and it just looks so unique, so cool. Love the illustration on the front with that like metallic detailing. So cool. Then this is another thing that we get each other as gifts, our Yeti tumblers and mugs and cups. Weston got this one for me recently because I left my tumbler that I've had for years, which he also got for me years ago. We were on a trip and I left it behind, unfortunately. But he got me this beautiful copper one. They come in all shapes and sizes and colors. We love how good they are at keeping our cold drinks cold, our hot drinks hot. We even have put like soup or broth in some of the tumblers that we have to take lunch along with us. These are great. You can actually use the tumbler itself as a little gift basket. throw some goodies or gift cards or chocolates or whatever in there, wrap it up with cellophane and a bow, and you have a gift all in one. And then I just have to talk about these because these were such a hit. I got Weston these felted wool Birkenstock Zermatt slippers for Christmas last year. I have my own that I have talked about so many times. I love these so much. And we both wear Birkenstocks on the daily, like the Birkenstock sandals, but it gets cold around here. And so I got him these slippers. I also got a pair for my mom. I got a pair for his mom, and everyone that I've purchased these for, and we all have feet with different shapes and sizes and needs. We all just absolutely love these. They're cozy without being sweaty. They're easy to slip on and off, but they stay on your foot really well. They've got that great arch support, foot support, like all Birkenstocks do. And they have a nice sort of rubbery sole. Don't worry, I'm washing this table off after I film this part of the video. But I just had to share these extra little guy gift ideas for you. So let's move on to some home and decor holiday favorites. Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Or the Christmas tree, rather. This 10-foot Balsam Hill Christmas tree. I never thought I would be saying those words like I own one of these because I have been drooling over this brand of trees for years. Like I want to say since our first house, which was 2 houses ago. And my dreams came true actually last year when I purchased this tree. We bought it after Christmas because we knew that the tree that we had from our old house, it was about 2 or 3 feet too short, and we like stacked it up on a basket and boxes and like had zip ties. We made it work for that year, but by the end of the Christmas season it was kind of falling apart. It was just not a good fit for this house. And so I saw that Balsam Hill was having a clearance sale after Christmas. I'm pretty sure we got this tree for close to 70% off the original price. We always do an artificial tree. There are many reasons for doing that, but I was shocked to find out how expensive live trees are. So if you look at the cost of this tree and compare it to what we would have to spend every year to go out and buy a live tree and then to try to keep it alive in our house, this pays for itself within just a couple of years. So totally worth the investment. I love how easy it was to put together. Weston, for the first time ever, he got called into work the day that I was setting up our Christmas tree. It was unexpected and I just had to roll with it. And so I set it up by myself and I was able to do it. It was awesome. You just plug in the different sections. There's no finding the wire to plug it in. The sections are what power each other. It all folds out really easily. It's easy to kind of fluff and manipulate the way the little branches are. I love the look of a more sparse tree, how you can kind of see through the branches. Always have loved that style, and this is such a beautiful one. It has LED, little crystal fairy lights, but they're not the kind of LED that wig your eyes out. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I hated the LED Christmas lights that came out when Christmas trees were first on the market with LED lights. I thought they looked so bad, and so I always went with incandescent lights. I took a risk to get this one because the reviews were really, really good, and I am so happy with it. Another little piece of Christmas greenery that I love and have repurchased is our garlands. These are actually from Target. There's lots of garlands out there. Honestly, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, all of those floral sort of places, so overpriced. Even when they're discounted at the end of the year. I mean, who wants to pay $120 for a fake floral garden? Not me. So I held out until I found one that I actually liked that was more affordable, and this is it. It's the Needle Pine with Snowberries Seasonal Faux Garland from Hearth and Hand, from their line with Target. I have gotten so many compliments on this garland that I have. I have it on top of my piano right now. I've put it down the middle of our table. These specifically just have a very timeless, neutral sort of look. They don't have ribbons and bows, and you can add that sort of thing with maybe different color schemes and stuff that you do for your decor. Love these garlands so much. Okay, another piece of decor. This is a recent purchase and find of mine, and I am I mean, when I tell you I'm obsessed, it's this refillable candle, okay? This is genius. So I love the look of tall, white, classic taper candles. Put them on our dining table. It's so elegant. It's so, so beautiful. The glow from a burning, like, tall taper candle, it cannot be beat. It is the absolute best. But last year I had a bit of a snafu. I think it was Christmas dinner. It might have been Easter, actually. We had like a, just your basic white taper paraffin candle. And when we were cleaning up, one of us bumped the candle and the hot wax splashed onto our nice teak table. I get questions about it all the time. I had this passed down to us after my grandparents passed away, and it's a family heirloom. It is so very special and completely irreplaceable, and so we baby this thing. Thank goodness I caught it in time. Only one little spot actually kind of like marred the finish on it. It's an old table and it has been well loved, so it's honestly not that big of a deal, but I was just so nervous to burn candles after that. And then I saw a targeted ad on Instagram for this brand. It's called Lucid Candles, and they are a taper candle. This part right here, this isn't actually wax, although it looks very much like that, especially with this like little dip shape that it has at the top. And you just unscrew the top, you pull out the little wick, and you fill this with the fuel. Lucid Candles sells their fuel. It's actually quite affordable, especially for how little these burn for like a dinner time or like an evening where you're lighting these candles. And then that wick soaks up the fuel and you just light it. It's so easy to light. And look, it's an actual flame. Like, I tried flameless candles that even had like that lifelike flickering, and it just looked like fake candles on the table. There's nothing like a real flame, and these are absolutely genius. They are gorgeous. I think that this would be such an amazing option for a caterer or like an event coordinator, a wedding designer coordinator. I've done a lot of that. Man, this would be such a worthwhile investment. I can't tell you how much time I have spent doing that whole ice cube trick where you hold an ice cube to the blobs of wax that got on your nice tablecloths to try to make them crack off and peel off, and you don't get that with these. And if the fuel in here ever spills on your clothing or your tabletop, it's very easy to just wash away. In fact, I spilled a little bit when I was filling these up for the first time. You can't even tell. Well, they also make like pillar candles, lots of different colors. I just got the basic classic white ones because they go with everything. You got to keep your eye on them, of course, because it's a real flame, but they're safer around kids, safer when you've got lots of guests in your home. Absolutely amazing. Okay, speaking of guests and hosting, let's chat a little bit about a couple of things that I absolutely cannot live without when it comes to hosting people in my home for the holidays. So my mom and I, a couple of weeks ago, did a video where we sat down and answered some frequently asked questions from you guys about hosting, having people in your home, prepping for that. One of the things we were talking about in that video was how to keep the food that you're serving warm and fresh for people. And I talked about chafing dishes and the little like sterno burners that you can get at the store, and like in the camping section, you pop the top off, you light them, and they have a little flame that burns and keeps the dishes nice and warm. I do recommend those, but as I was editing that video, I found footage from my grandma's house and realized that as I was showing the buffet that she set up to serve her guests, she had electric, like plug-in counter warmers that just heated up on the surface, kind of like a griddle, but not that hot. And she would just put her oven-safe dishes, Pyrex dishes for casseroles or whatever, or if someone brought something, she just put it down on this like large hot plate. And I thought, why have I not thought of that? And so this year I did, and I upgraded my chafing dish situation, which I'm still keeping some of my chafing dishes because it's a great option to have on hand. And I'm the sort of person that just uses what I have, but I also added to my collection a couple of these. They're from Amazon. It's just an electric warming pad. It's got a nice glass top surface, super easy to clean up when we're done because inevitably food is gonna fall off of it or sauce is gonna fall off. It was so easy when we were serving people for Thanksgiving. It just made it so easy, and there's lots of surface area on it, and you can just take whatever your dish was that you used in the oven or on the stove top and place it on there, and it's gonna keep it warm. Safer for kids because it doesn't have like that open flame burner sort of situation. It has a timer on it that you can adjust to have it shut itself off. You can adjust the temperature. It doesn't get up to more than 250 degrees, so even if your hand brushes it or a kid quickly touches it, it's not really gonna like scorch you. Of course, it shouldn't be around unsupervised children, but I just feel like it was such a better option than what I have been using, even though I love and could not live without my chafing dishes. This is definitely an upgrade from the chafing dishes, and so I have been using like the innards, like the part where the food actually goes in, that part, and just setting it on top of this electric warmer. So thank you, Grandma. Something else that I love when we have guests in our home and cannot live without is our Amazon Echo. This is the speaker system that we have in our house. This is what we've had for years. We've had one of these for a long time. I've adjusted security settings so that we're not being spied on, so before those comments start rolling in. We love being able to play just like some quiet music in the background, or turn it up if we're gonna party a little bit harder. It's so nice for any sort of holiday or hosting dinner party setting to have at least a little bit, even if it's just instrumental music going on in the background. This is a question that I got a lot. It was one of the questions that I would probably answer next if we had enough time in that Q&A that my mom and I filmed, was what do you do about music? Should you not? I, as a musician, always say music no matter what. And having our Echo close at hand has always been a really good way for us to just play one of our playlists. We can hook our phone up to it, like Bluetooth it, and we can play something that we've already put together or find another person's playlist, just to add a little bit more ambiance to the get-together that we're having. Okay, so I have one more category to talk about, stuff that we as a family love during this time of the year, and these might make some good gifts for some families in your life. So first of all, our nativity. We actually have two nativities. I have a white one that's decorative that I got, I want to say 8 or 9 years ago. I'm actually specifically talking about our wooden nativity. This is a handmade nativity that I found on Etsy, and then I actually ended up becoming friends with the shop owner. We follow each other on Instagram. I have shared this year after year, but I would say it's in my top 3 things for the holidays. Like if my house was burning down and I had to save something and I knew my kids were okay, I would probably save this handmade wooden nativity. It is absolutely beautiful. It's so quaint and homey and classic. It has this sweet little sort of stackable frame. Christine, who owns the shop, has such a big heart, and she puts so much love and intention and care into everything that she makes. She doesn't know I'm gonna talk about her in this video. It's just beautiful, and it has been such a blessing for our family to be able to have like the reason for the season, the reason why we celebrate Christ Mass, Christmas, right there in front of us. My kids loved it when they were little. So Haley has had this in her life since, I want to say like her first or second Christmas, and this is her 6th Christmas now, and she still plays with it like she's a toddler. She loves it so much. The boys are always so eager to find it in our little December box that we open up, and this year has been no different. My boys are 8 years old now, and it's still just something so special to them. So that is definitely something that we have loved during the holiday season, not just this year, but for years, and it's something that would make a beautiful gift. I mentioned our December box, but I actually explained more about that in last week's video. So if you want to hear more about this little December box thing that we do and what goes into it, then follow that link in my description box. Along the same vein as this wooden nativity is something that has just been such a blessing to us. It's a Advent devotional. It's called Countdown to Christmas, Family Devotional by Heidi Lee Anderson. And I have the digital download, but you could print this out if you wanted to. We've just been using it on my iPad, and there's like sections here to explain to like the grown-ups of the family how to best present the material and little tips and tricks for really engaging your kids. It has just been so wonderful. We're only a couple of like the little lessons here into it, and already I can tell it's making this Christmas time just so very special and sweet. I have the digital download here, but I have printed out some of these little coloring activities, and there's like little crafts and stuff to do. It's just so wonderful. So I'm actually going to be gifting a couple of you this just as a nice little Christmas gift from me to you. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is just comment with hashtag countdown to Christmas. Please be mindful of scammers with my picture, but not my username. Look for my name with the verified check mark next to it. And if it's not me, just report them. They're everywhere. They're in everyone's YouTube videos, and it's such a shame because it's made us want to pull back a bit on our giveaways because it has become such a frustrating hassle, not just for the creators, but for the people entering the giveaway. I genuinely want to be able to give back to you guys and to be able to host giveaways and to send the love back to you all, but it's become rather tricky. So this giveaway is very, very simple. Just comment with that hashtag and just beware of scammers, because I can't prevent them from commenting. I wish YouTube would do something about it. And on that note, sorry to be negative there. It's been such a headache, but that is all that I have to share with you in today's video. These are the things that I love for this time of the year to help us feel cozy and festive for the holiday season. Some of these things I use year-round, like this perfume. I don't wear it just during the holidays. Obviously, that once a day journal is something that I continue to use throughout the year and for the next 5 years. But I hope you got some good gift ideas if you still have some shopping to do. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for spending a little part of your day here with me on my channel, and I'll catch you later.